Have you ever looked at your pet, whether it's a stylish poodle or a cat that solemnly ignores you, and wondered, where on earth did you come from? Because let's be honest, poodles and pugs don't just pop up in forests, right? They exist because we, humans, lent a hand, or rather two hands and thousands of generations of artificial selection. That's right. All the domestic dog and cat breeds we know today are, in a way, our creations. And the craziest part is that despite all this variety, from the Chihuahua to the Great Dane, they're the same species. Their DNA is like 99% identical. But here's the plot twist. That same DNA is almost identical to that of the gray wolves of the Northern Hemisphere. And cats? Well, they have a slightly different but equally fascinating story. So, how did these wild predators, natural-born hunters, transform into our couch companions? How did this bizarre friendship between us and these carnivores solidify? And why do we love each other so much to this day? Today, we're going to try to unravel this mystery on a journey through time that will make you see your pet in a whole new light. Ready? Let's go.
Dogs. They are wherever we are, and it's not a recent thing. It's believed they've been following us for over 30,000, maybe even 50,000 years. Yes, they are our longtime partners. And the ancestor of them all? The gray wolf, Canis lupus. Today, the classification of dogs is a bit confusing. Some say they are a subspecies of the wolf, Canis lupus familiaris, others that they are a separate species, Canis familiaris. But one thing is certain, all the breeds that exist today, from the Siberian Husky to the Pursed Chihuahua, belong to the same lineage. They are adapted for everything, pulling sleds on ice, hunting, sniffing, guiding people, protecting, guarding, but above all, they are companions. It's amazing how humans and dogs, two such different species, can understand each other so well. They distinguish words, assign meanings. Have you seen those videos of dogs communicating by touching buttons with words? They can form complex sentences, asking for food, saying where they want to go for a walk, what toy they want to play with. This means they only don't speak because they don't have vocal cords like ours, but they understand a lot of what we say, especially through voice, intonation, and body language. But how did this partnership begin? Think back to the last ice age, about 26,000 years ago. The world was very different. Glaciers advancing, forests disappearing, scarcity of resources. In this hostile scenario, wolves and humans, who might have once been rivals or even predators to each other, found an opportunity. The social intelligence of wolves, who live and hunt in groups, was crucial. They are apex predators with a complex hierarchy and a highly sophisticated communication ability. These skills, which were already useful for their survival, became an asset alongside humans. Some studies suggest that this friendship may have started in Siberia when wolf and human populations became isolated, and it may have happened independently in several places, such as China and the Middle East. This relationship was so beneficial that it shaped the evolution of both. Wolves gained access to hunting remains and protection, and we gained hunting partners, guardians, and of course, a lot of affection. It's a story of survival and companionship that has spanned millennia.
Now let's talk about cats. Cats. They are a chapter apart. While dogs have been following us for tens of thousands of years, the domestication of cats is much more recent, about 10,000 years ago. And guess what was happening at that time? The agricultural revolution. People started settling down, cultivating, storing grains, and where there are grains, there are rats. And where there are rats, there are cats. Domestic cats, Felis catus, descend from a species of African wildcat, Felis silvestris, which was native to Africa and the Middle East. They were opportunistic, small, solitary hunters targeting smaller prey like rodents. Their flexible anatomy, the ability to squeeze into small holes, to balance in impossible places, and to use their spine like a spring to jump incredible distances all made them perfect for controlling pests in human settlements. They're not as easy to train as dogs, right? Cats are more stubborn, more independent, but that doesn't mean they're not intelligent or that they don't understand us. They just don't feel obligated to respond. And yes, they can be extremely affectionate, loving, and communicative, but in their own way. Perhaps that's why there's this rivalry between dog people and cat people. But despite being two carnivores that somehow ended up inside our homes, they are very different. Cats are physically more malleable, articulated. They move easily over furniture, something we rarely see dogs doing as they feel safer on the ground. And this, believe it or not, says a lot about the evolutionary history of each. The mobility of their tail, for example, is one of the feline secrets to perfect balance. And the ability to retract their claws? Brilliant! This way, they always stay sharp for hunting.
To understand how evolution shaped these two lineages, we need to take a giant leap back in time, more than 23 million years ago. Back in the Paleogene, the planet was still a humid and warm paradise, like the world of the dinosaurs. But then, the climate began to change. It became drier, colder, and savannas and tundras emerged, those open fields dominated by grasslands. With this change, the fauna also updated, and this is where carnivores come in, which today number around 280 species. A common confusion is between carnivore, the animal that eats meat, and carnivora, the scientific name of the order that includes caniforms and feliforms. Basically, most carnivora are carnivores, and mammalian carnivora are the most dominant predators today. Among caniforms, we have canids, wolves, foxes, dogs, and arctoids, bears, raccoons, coatis, and even seals and sea elephants. The main difference, arctoids walk on the palms of their hands, have more articulated fingers, and are excellent climbers. Canids, on the other hand, walk on their toes, are more specialized for life in open environments, gaining speed and efficiency in chasing prey. They lost three-dimensional mobility, but became masters of speed. On the other side, among feliforms, we have our cats, lions, tigers, hyenas, and civets. They also have sharp teeth for cutting meat, but their skeletons are more elastic and articulated. They can squeeze through small holes, balance in impossible places, and use their spine like a spring to jump incredible distances. They are masters in enclosed environments, like trees, and their tails are like rudders, helping with balance, and of course, retractable claws, which keep them always ready for action.
Long before they became our inseparable companions, nature was already shaping the characteristics that would make this friendship possible. Wolves, for example, are apex predators that live and hunt in groups with highly sophisticated social intelligence. This ability was fundamental when an ecological opportunity arose alongside humans. Around 70,000 years ago, humans underwent a cognitive explosion. Culture became more complex, more symbolic, as shown by cave paintings and sculptures. Language became more sophisticated, and with it, the ability to tell stories. Think about the future, plan. And it's possible that the more sociable, less aggressive humans were the ones who prospered. And who knows, it was these friendlier humans who conquered the wolves. And our relationship with them wasn't just utilitarian. We have evidence that we buried our dogs with funerary rituals, which reveals a deep spiritual connection. They were more than tools. They were part of the family, of the tribe. And this partnership was so strong that we dispersed together across the world. Dogs accompanied us in crossing the Bering Strait, in the colonization of the islands of Oceania, and perhaps even in reaching South America. Today, having a dog or cat at home is having a living example of the power of evolution and artificial selection. We selected not only appearance, but also personality and behavior.
alarm dogs, herding dogs, hunting dogs, companions, all with a submission to human will and an immense attachment to us. And the love was reciprocal. There is no other story of two such different species that decided it was cool to live together in a symbiotic relationship based on affection. Of course, nowadays the selection of breeds based on aesthetic standards can lead to cruel health problems, such as the respiratory difficulties of pugs or the spinal problems of dachshunds. But our connection with them remains strong. They keep us company, give us unconditional love, and we, in return, take care of them. It's a friendship that began in the Ice Age and will certainly last for a long time to come. So, did you enjoy this journey through the evolution of pets? Let us know in the comments what you thought and what your pet's story is. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to not miss the next videos. Thanks everyone, and see you next time.